Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Potted Plant Entertainment. It is time, finally. It is like January 19th, I think, today. But I'm finally making my video for my favorite movies of 2021. Now, keep in mind, these are not the best movies that came out in 2021. They're just my favorites. And I listed them in order from my top 10 favorites, but my least favorite to my favorite, even though they're all my favorites. Yes. So, I did not see every new movie that came out last year. I saw 29 new movies that came out last year. So, yeah. I don't ever watch new movies that come out on, like, Apple TV and HBO Max. I just don't. If it doesn't come out in theaters or on Netflix, I'm not seeing it. Just because all that stuff costs extra money, and I don't have it. So, let's talk about my favorite movies of 2021. Do I have any honorable mentions? Nah. Alright, let's just jump into it. So, at number 10, we have Shang Chi. I liked Shang Chi, but I did find it to be really overrated. It had a lot of plot holes in it, but I did really enjoy it. The action sequences were fantastic. It's definitely one of the better Marvel movies out there. I thought everyone in the movie, especially the girl who was like his friend, I can't remember what the actor's name is, but I really liked her. The action sequences were just so phenomenal. The special effects were great. I really enjoyed it. At number 9, we have Nightmare Alley. This is one that no one saw. I think it was on a budget of like $65 million, something like that. And as I sit here right now, I think it's made like less than 10 back in the box office, which is really depressing because it was a really good movie. It's a Guillermo del Toro movie. He's a very, very good director. He made one of my all-time favorite movies, Hellboy 2: The Golden Army, one of the most underrated movies ever made. He comes back with this movie, and I really liked it. I thought the first half was better than the second half, but I still really liked it. I love the direction it took. It was just so good, and it was visually, he's a very visual director, and visually it was phenomenal, too. If you still haven't seen Nightmare Alley, it is still in theaters. Please check it out. At number 8, I have Malignant. Now, this is a movie that got mixed reactions. A lot of my friends, like, really hated this. I loved it. I thought it was so great. It was such a WTF movie, and I loved every minute of it. I just really, really liked it. I don't understand why more people didn't. I just thought it was great. I enjoyed it so much. I don't know what to say. I loved it. At number 7, we have Free Guy. This is a movie that really surpassed my expectations. Free Guy was a lot better than I thought it would be. I loved Free Guy. Ryan Reynolds is funny as always. The special effects are really good. It was a really clever and witty movie. I had a really, really good time with it. At number 6, it's Godzilla vs. Kong. This movie, I actually got on Blu-ray Black Friday. Where is it? It is here. I love this. This movie makes no sense at all. Nothing that happens in this movie makes sense. But at the same time, I loved it. I'll put that back there. Or not. Yeah, I love Godzilla vs. Kong. Again, nothing that happened in it makes sense, but I got exactly what I wanted out of it. I went to go see it twice. It was so much fun. The special effects were great. It was just so much fun. But when they make another one, I really hope that they actually make things make sense in it, because the writing in it was honestly some of the worst I've ever seen. But I didn't go to it for that. So, anyways, number 5, we have The Suicide Squad. This is another movie that surpassed my expectations. I actually wasn't even excited for this movie. I was always gonna go see it, but I wasn't hyped for it. The first Suicide Squad is watchable, but this one was great. It meandered in the middle a little bit, but it was so much better than I thought it would be. I mean, it really shocked me. I loved The Suicide Squad so much. It was funny. It was fun. Everyone in the movie was so good together. It was just I just had such a good time with it. At number 4, we have No Time to Die. This was a really good movie. This whole James Bond series with Daniel Craig was just so good. I mean, I know, Quantum of Solace was, but it's such a good action series. It's really, really good filmmaking. I know Rami Malek was underutilized in the film, and it had a very bittersweet ending, but I loved it. It was just such good action filmmaking. The only problem I really had with No Time to Die is that it does drag in the middle quite a bit. But other than that, I thought it was fantastic. At number 3, and this one, honestly, I have thought a lot about this movie since I saw it, because this one was just so good. It's Dune. Dune was amazing. I had 10 out of 10 expectations for it. I got a 9.5 out of it. I did have a few flaws with it, but it was so good. I bought the deluxe box right here for Dune. I'm not going to take it off the shelf because it's kind of big, so I have to like squeeze it in and out between the other DVDs. But Denis Villeneuve, is that how you say his name? I've never been 100% sure. But he's a really visual filmmaker, made Blade Runner 2049. He's just fantastic, and I'm so excited for Dune Part 2. I can't wait to rewatch this. I haven't seen it since I saw it in the theater, but I'm probably going to rewatch it this week or next week just because I loved it so much. It was so good. I got so interested in the story and the lore. It's just really good filmmaking. I've never read any of the Dune books. I never even saw the original movie. But this was, yes. Number 2, we have The Last Duel. This is another movie that completely bombed at the box office. If you haven't seen this movie, buy it, check it out. It's one of my favorite Ridley Scott films now. It was phenomenal. It's just such phenomenal filmmaking. Everybody in the movie did a really good job. It was epic. They don't make movies like this anymore, and the reason for it is because they bomb. All of us film fans will go to see stuff like this, but people who are just casual moviegoers, they don't go to see stuff like this anymore, and that's why it bombed. And it sucks because I want more movies like this so bad, but we just don't get them because nobody buys a ticket to go see them. You can still support the movie by buying it, so if you see the movie on store shelves, buy it. It's really good. I love it. It's just such good filmmaking. It reminds me everything why I love filmmaking. The movie could have been a little bit shorter. I'll admit there is some stuff that could have been trimmed off of it, but I just thought it was phenomenal. It surpassed my expectations, and I loved it. And then last, but certainly not least, at number 1, we have Spider-Man No Way Home. This movie, it's one of the best movies I've ever seen. I have a lot of nitpicks with it, but the things that I can easily overlook, such as Electra's just I got my skin back, but then they don't bother to explain how he got his skin back. Things like that just kind of mess with me a little bit, but it was really, really, really good. I'm going to talk about spoilers here if you still haven't seen the movie, so that's your warning, but seeing all 3 of the Spider-Mans come together was really awesome. And Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, they didn't just show up to wave and say, "Hi, I'm here." No, they showed up and they were there. I mean, they were really good in this movie, especially Andrew Garfield. They were really, really good in it. Everyone who from the other Spider movies, they came back and they gave this 100%. I mean, Willem Dafoe was fantastic. I always forget the name of the dude, Alfred Molina. Dr. Octopus, he was fantastic. Everybody came back and gave this their all. You can tell they wanted to be in this movie, and they were just phenomenal. I mean, this is great filmmaking. I mean, it wasn't... I understand that people really only get to see superhero movies at theaters now, which is really disappointing. But this is a good argument for why superhero movies are so popular, because this is just phenomenal filmmaking. I really wish people would go to see more movies like The Last Duel, but they don't. So I kind of feel like I should have put it at number 1, just to help it out a little bit. But I can't pretend like it wasn't my favorite movie of the year. Spider-Man No Way Home was my favorite movie of the year. My most anticipated movie of the year was The Matrix Resurrections, and that turned out to be a heaping pile of trash. But not Spider-Man No Way Home. It was absolutely phenomenal. I loved every minute of it. I went to see it in IMAX and Dolby. I've never done that for a movie before, but I did for this one because I loved it so much. So, yeah, so I've already made a movie for my most anticipated movies of the year. I saw one of them that was on that list already. I got some more reviews coming out. I got one for Nightmare Alley coming out. I decided not to review Don't Look Up due to the political nature of it. I don't talk about politics on this channel, and I honestly can't think of a way to talk about that movie without bringing it up, so I decided not to. What else? I gotta do Nightmare Alley, and what was the other one? Is that it? Nightmare Alley. I think that might be it. I think that might be my last review I have to do for 2021. And then I think I can start moving to 2022 movies. I can finally review Scream. I think I'm all caught up. Am I actually all caught up other than Nightmare Alley? I think so. Oh, good for me. All right, cool. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to Planet Entertainment for more. Hit the like button. Leave review suggestions down in the comments down below. Follow me on Instagram at Planet Entertainment for channel updates. And thank you for joining me in 2021. And let's have a ball in 2022.